This video is brought to you by the Ridge Wallet. This incredible wallet is light, sleek, and industrial. Plus, it doesn't fold or awkwardly bulge out of your back pocket. It goes into your front pocket, and it will seriously change your whole pocket game. If you moved on from the flip phone, don't you think it's time to let that 90s style wallet that your dad uses behind? Ridge Wallets hold to 12 cards, plus all the cash that you need. You can choose from over 30 colors and styles. That includes carbon fiber and burnt titanium. It is the best wallet you can buy, and you don't just have to take my word for it, because there's 30,000 five-star reviews. I was skeptical at first, but guys, once I tried it, I never went back, and I know you won't either. Plus, there's no pressure. Test it out for 45 days. If you don't love it, send it back, get a full refund. If you decide to keep it, there's a lifetime warranty. Click the link in the description. That's going to get you 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns. Go to ridge.com/Chael. That's ridge.com/Chael. Use the promo code Chael. Gaethje and Chandler. How fun is this fight, guys? I mean, when some fights get announced and they bounce off the page, was this one of them for you? Because it was for me. It was almost too good to be true. And something has been going on with Justin Gaethje. I can't give you any better than that. I can identify it. I'm going to speak to you about it now, but I don't know what to make of it. I mean, look, let's back up to the night that Gaethje loses the strap to Khabib. Khabib retires. Just by default, as well as good sense, that makes Gaethje the number one guy. He just was the number one guy. He can't beat this guy. Well, this guy's no longer doing it. Okay, it comes back to you. But for some reason, we don't like to do that with number one contenders. Once you get that shot, you then just get shuffled and you got to go to the back of the deck. It's just something we as a fight community, boxing, same way as MMA, we like to remove the number one contender, but it's a unique spot when the number one contender, who truly was the number one contender, is now the last man standing. It's very different when the guy in front of you retires and walks away. It then makes you the guy, right? Well, no, not in this sport. Did it happen within this situation? Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler, those were the chosen ones. Off they go. But it was because Gaethje was so quiet. Between the night Gaethje lost to Khabib and about 6 weeks ago when his fight with Chandler got announced, Gaethje was silent. There was rumors going around that he was dealing with USADA. That was not true. I came to you guys and I told you those internet rumors are absolutely not true. There was nothing going on here, but I had nothing to tell you he was doing. He was just quiet. Gaethje's even done a very good job over time of going to his social media and of posting workout videos. And you know that they're very authentic, because one of the most recent ones that I saw was Gaethje versus Kamaru Usman. Right, a dream match, even if it's a workout. Gaethje filmed it, Gaethje posted, and if you wanted to know who got the best of who, it was Kamaru Usman getting of Gaethje. But I liked that. If Gaethje's willing to film it, he's got to put it out the way that it happened, or he never should have had his friend in the corner turn the iPhone on in the first place, even if it doesn't go his way. I thought it was a really good look. Really good look into the camp. And within that room, in that specific video, if you can recall, you had Trevor Whitman, whoever was holding the camera, and you had Gaethje and Usman. It was a real private workout. I've seen guys get better during the pandemic. I would argue that with all of City Kickboxing, as unhappy as they are with the rules and the things that are going on right now, I believe that entire team has gone up a step. I don't know what's going on. I watched Corey Sandhagen get better in his garage. I watched Max Holloway prepare with absolutely nobody for Calvin Kattar and go and put on the best performance of his life. Seeing guys getting better, focused, doing less, possibly recovering physically, possibly being a little more fresh mentally, but I'm seeing them get better in these very small and very intimate settings. So to stay focused on Gaethje, and where in the hell has he been? So that's step one that I've identified. Is just he went quiet. Number of guesses as to why that happened. The internet rumor and him having something. Stop. That was not true, and he did not deserve that. Secondly, what goes up must come down. When you go and fight Khabib, the most famous and popular Muslim athlete alive, when you have presidents of countries coming live to watch and support you, in all fairness, whatever you do next is going to come down. Gaethje could have won the strap. He could have moved on with the belt. Whatever he did next was going to be less. So now you have to dig deep. Do I want to do this? And how bad do I want to do it? And what if it doesn't work out? I may not even return to the high that I'm on right now, which isn't as high as I once was. It's just an internal thing. It's usually done subconsciously, but we, the audience, can sit back and we can see who's going through it. It's somewhere along the way gets announced by Dana that Gaethje might not fight at all. He might just sit out and go take on the winner, meaning his next fight's going to be for a championship. So the first time we finally hear something about Justin Gaethje, it's a major positive, right? Everybody loves Justin Gaethje. Insert Michael Chandler. These two killers have to fight. These are the same guy. They have had the same career and the same path. They got in the UFC a little bit later in their career. I watched Gaethje take out more men in the World Series of Fighting than I can count and then that I can keep track of. 7, 8, 9. I watched Chandler go win championships in other organizations. Fight and defend championships, headline shows, sell out arenas. When they both get to the UFC, they both had a real base behind them and they both got a major bounce. I mean, they really, on their first fights, whether it was Michael Johnson, whether it was the Hangman, a major bounce, and now they found each other. One mistake that Gaethje and Chandler are making together, and these guys are partners, don't forget. You can't ever forget that concept. The guy you get in there and fight is your partner. Now, you have a very cold relationship. He's going to bring everything he's got. You're going to bring everything you got, and all chips go in. One of you leaves with it all, and one of you leaves with nothing. But you got to make sure that your partner is bringing something that you, in fact, do want, because both of these guys, and if they continue to slip through the duration of this week where media is going to be in an absolute premium, the only one to win is going to be Islam Makhachev. I'm hearing both Gaethje and Chandler defending their fight as the number one contenders. There is a rule in politics. If you are explaining, you are losing. They do not need to defend. They do not need to keep anything away from Makhachev. Makhachev's voices are getting louder. They're a very small group in comparison to what they're going to see at the Garden. Makhachev's a very good fighter. He never fought for a world championship. You both fought for the world championship. Go in there, get your status back, and go get your belt back. That's got to be the story. But how do you build a bridge? How do you build a bridge from one narrative to the narrative where you need this to stay if your partner's out doing equal media and he's not? He's explaining, which means you both are losing. How do you do it? Well, it's a game. It's a game. But the first rule to any game is you must learn the rules of the game. Even if you plan to manipulate them, you must know what they are. And bringing Islam Makhachev, letting Islam Makhachev have the shine. I wouldn't be talking about Islam today. I am the number one influencer in MMA, and I've said Islam Makhachev 7 times today, which constitutes 6 more times than I've said it in the last 2 months. But you guys let him in. Gaethje and Chandler have let Islam into the conversation and into the dialogue. They need to close the book on this guy. That's what they need to do as partners. And it doesn't do me any good if I'm the red corner to set the table if my partner's across town on a different radio show going against my narrative. Partners need to be on the same page, and there's a rule in business. If 2 guys always agree on everything, one of them is not needed.